On June 18, 2023, tragedy struck when the submersible Titan imploded while taking tourists on a tour of the wreckage of the Titanic. After fewer than 2 hours underwater, the submersible lost contact with the mothership. With only 96 hours of oxygen and bad weather, the chance of later rescuing the Titan was extremely slim. 4 days later, the U.S. Coast Guard located the Titan's debris 500 meters from the Titanic, and they confirmed the accident was caused by a catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. All 5 passengers aboard the vessel died, including the founder of the company that built the Titan, Stockton Rush. The accident came as a shock, especially because Rush's company, Ocean Gate, had safely taken tourists to underwater attractions in the company's submersibles all over the world since 2009. At first, most of the people thought poor weather or bad luck caused the accident. However, when examining the origins of the Titan, it's clear that the accident is a classic case of hubris. Welcome back to Funday Investigation. I'm your host, Johnny. To understand why this tragedy happened, we must go back to the Titan's early development. After the Titan underwent successful test dives in 2018 and 2019, Rush and others realized the original composite hull of the Titan had suffered fatigue damage. This is because a titanium carbon fiber hull is too weak to withstand the high water pressure at the depths of the Titanic's wreckage. Moreover, the hull on the Titan was made from second-hand material that Boeing had originally used in an airplane. This sparked controversy between Rush and other engineers. Former Chief Operating Officer David Lockridge warned Rush about the structural issues around a titanium fiber hull. However, Rush ignored the advice of other concerned scientists that urged him to get the Titan certified and even went as far as suing Lockridge for leaking classified company documents. Rush eventually responded to mounting criticism during a 2021 interview by saying, "If you just want to be safe, don't get out of bed in the morning." Despite having broken some rules to make Titan, Rush decided that his submersible was ready to transport paying customers to explore the Titanic's wreckage in 2021. Each ticket was set at $250,000 for a 5-day expedition. Even though in 2021 and 2022, Rush piloted 5 missions that featured 2 8-hour dives around the Titanic's wreckage, the Titan only reached the depth of the Titanic on 13 out of 90 dives. With less than a 20% chance of successfully reaching the Titanic, customers had to sign a waiver that stated the following: "This experimental vessel has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, emotional trauma, or death." With tickets costing $250,000, you would think the vessel would be comfortable and safe. However, the submersible could only fit 5 passengers in a very cramped space. What made things worse was the controller of the submersible was a Logitech F710, a tool which is not uncommon to control military equipment. For instance, the Army's high-energy laser mobile demonstrator has used such equipment for its laser weapons. However, it has been reported to have delay issues. In terms of safety concerns, Ocean Gate's website claims that expeditions will be conducted respectfully and in accordance with National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration guidelines for research, exploration, and salvage of RMS Titanic, and comply with UNESCO guidelines for the preservation of underwater World Heritage Sites. But nowhere does it share evidence of vetting and obtaining regulatory approval on the vessel itself. In addition, the exit is locked from the outside, so if the sub became trapped or there was a leak, there is no backup and there is no escape pod. Prior to the 2023 accident, parts of the ship malfunctioned during several missions. The most famous instances were when Rush accidentally installed one of the Titan's thrusters backwards, causing the submersible to spin in circles near the ocean floor, and when the Titan's communication system broke, causing the submersible to lose contact with its surface ship for 5 hours. When the Titan imploded in June, it was unclear at first whether the submersible had yet again simply lost contact. At 11:15 a.m., an hour and a half after the mission was launched, the Titan sent its last transmission. The mothership didn't report the problem as the crew had seen this happen multiple times before. However, the Titan still hadn't surfaced by 4:30 p.m., the time when the mission was scheduled to end. So by 7:10 p.m., the surface ship alerted the U.S. Coast Guard. Since the accident, the media and public have been relatively critical, pointing to the hubris of the wealthy passengers and crew. According to certain media experts, the public has largely parodied Russia's death while criticizing the $6.5 million in public funds required to find the remains of billionaire passengers. As such, the Titan's accident has raised larger ethical questions about private enterprises such as SpaceX that must move fast to stay competitive, conducting missions that used to be the realm of slower-moving public entities such as NASA. James Cameron, who is the director of the movie Titanic, has dived to see the wreckage more than 33 times, says what Rush acted in the same ways as the captain of the infamous cruise liner. The captain was warned there were icebergs ahead. It was a moonless night, but he plowed ahead anyway. As a private citizen, should Rush be allowed to potentially put himself in harm's way? Or should regulators be more involved in protecting the safety of the public, no matter how rich and powerful they are? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you for the next episode of Funday Investigation.